Hello everyone, how are you all doing? My name's Barry and this is One Man and His Boat. Now I'm here to give you a little guidance from getting a brand new boat out fishing through the government channels. So if that's something you're interested in, guys, please watch this episode, it's a good one. Right guys, quick disclaimer before we get started. I'm going to apologise now. I talk all the way through this video. It's an information video, what else you meant to do? Anyway guys, we're going to talk about the whole process of ordering the boat to getting out fishing and all the pitfalls and perils in between. And yes, it is pitfalls and perils, there's no plus side. Apart from the people you meet on the way, because they're awesome. Right, come on, enough bubbling bars, let's get on with it. So guys, how do we get from A to B? Well, there's key people that we need to talk to. The first one being the boat builder. We need to speak to them and tell them exactly what kind of boat that we're thinking about. Then there's the first of our government groups, Seafish. Now, they're very important because they do the construction standards for the boat builders. Then we're going on to the MCA. Now there's two parts to the MCA. There's MCA on the safety side of things and there's MCA registration. And now we need to be registered to be able to fish, which leads us on to our next government group, which is the Sea Fish officers. Now they give you the licence and they tell you if your boat marries up to your licence, etc, etc, and you basically got to do this at the very earliest stages possible so everything marries up when you get to the fishing end, which will take some time. So we're going to use Mr Whiteboard next. We're going to go more into depth on each and every department. Right guys, the first people we've got to speak to is obviously our boat builders, okay? Boat builders. Right, obviously we wanted a GM 21, which is a under 7 metre vessel. And there's a little bit of a difference between an under 7 metre vessel and a over 7 metre vessel, and I'll go into that when we're going into our Seafish. Now obviously we need to speak to our boat builders about what they can do and what they can't do, and if you're in a queue or not. Right guys, I will advise this, talking from experience, please get a clause in your contract, because if the builder doesn't actually build the boat on time, build to the standards that he should have, or there's anything missing, or there's something in the contract that he hasn't done, then you have that umbrella that the boat company is going to pay for it and not you. Learn from my mistake. So guys, we're going to go on to our first government group, which is Seafish. Now these boys and girls are here to make sure that the boat builders are building the boats to the Seafish spec, which basically means the right thickness of glass, make sure the ribs are in the right place to the drawings that the boat builders give Seafish, and just basically make sure everything's tickety-boo. Now if it doesn't come up to standard, Seafish at this point will either scrap the boat or they'll suggest ways to improve what the builders have or haven't done. So guys, I was saying in the boulder section there's different regulations for the 7 metre. Now under 7 metre, if you have an open boat, you only need the one inspection. If you have a closed deck, like what we're having, we need to get a second inspection. And watch out, because that costs more money. Remember what I was saying about the clause and the umbrella? There you are. Anyway, if you're over 7 metres, you also need another inspection. It's like building a house. You know how the bank gives you money for certain stages of the build? Exactly the same with Seafish. If you get to deck level, then you've got to add a wheelhouse. Seafish want to inspect that after the wheelhouse is on. Then when you put your galluses on and your net drums on and your winches on, that's when sea fish want to come in and inspect it. So it's not like one inspection, it's at several stages, which I think is a good thing because it keeps them in the loop. It sees them as standard of the boats getting built at, and it stops all the home builds going to sea and actually risking people's lives. Right guys, here comes the part where all Blaza eats his own words. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of government. I hate them. Right, however, I'm going to say thank you very much to Seafish. You have helped me out tremendously and you have been very professional. So a big shout out to Jackie Anderson, David Dewick, and I can't remember the other fella's name. He's the head surveyor. You've been absolutely wonderful and they're helping us get through a sticky wicket at the present that I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but it's pretty bad. I feel pretty let down, but AO, it is what it is. Put that behind us and we'll look forward because we've got to get to this end. We've got to get fishing, but we've got to go through all this rigmarole first. So let's go on to our next bit. We've got Seafish out the road. They've gone to the builders. They've passed what we have behind us. So we've got to get on with the next bit, which is MCA registration. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I've saved the red pen for the MCA because I love these guys. These guys are awesome. Now, like I was saying, we have the safety side. And then we also have registration. So guys, the MCA registration side of things is the most important of all, because without registration we cannot get a fishing licence, and without a fishing licence we can't fish. So what we need to do is fill out an application form and then send it off to Cardiff down in Wales and it gets processed. So once your application has been received by Cardiff, they'll give you your registration number and your markings and carvings note. Now your marking and carvings note will give you your numbers, which is hopefully for us will be LH411, and obviously your name, and then there's a specific number that has to be routed inside the boat, actually into a beam or something like that. You're not supposed to have something that can screw into the side of the boat because obviously that can be removed. So that's part of the rules and regulations for that. Now once you get the name and numbers, you have to paint them on the outside of the boat on each quarter and on the rear, and you're meant to actually have one at the top of the boat so a helicopter can see it as well. Once that is complete, you get the fishery officer up or an MCA inspector to inspect the numbers to make sure they're the right size, and I don't know what the sizes are. I'll find out at a later date because we're not at that stage yet. And once that's passed, then it's on to the fishery office side of things. Right guys, the fishery office, the last in the line of the government groups. This is where we get our licence. Now obviously we have to give them the information from the MCA registration side of things so they can put it on our licence. Then you'll receive a licence number. Now on that number you can check on the government website on exactly how much you're allowed to catch and how much you're allowed not to catch. 9 times out of 10 we're the latter. Anyway, this is us ready for sea. We're allowed to actually go out and earn a pay and keep the roof above our heads, food in our bellies and the bills paid. I mean, that's all we want to do after all, you know. But this is the rigmarole we've got to go through to actually get a boat from A to B. Now, there is more in between all this, but I'll go into that in another video because there's more detail that needs to go into that, and I want to show you guys exactly what we have to go through. So if you like this video guys, please do the usual, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already, and set that notification bell and YouTube will do the rest just for you. So until our next video guys, thank you all very much.